People living in a Westerville community are startled to hear one of their neighbors is suspected in a deadly shooting in Hocking County over the weekend. Fayette County investigators say the suspect is recovering after shooting himself. ABC 6 reporter James Jackson joins us from his home on Rangoon Drive. And James, what are neighbors saying about this?
They tell me Michael Napoli has lived in this house behind me for years. Neighbors say no trouble ever comes from this area. That's why this crime comes as a surprise.
Every time we talk to him, hey, how you doing? Friendly, outgoing.
Lynn Amersdorfer talks about his neighbor, Michael Napoli, who's now at the center of a murder investigation in the heart of Hocking Hills.
Kind of shocking, but you never know these days.
Police say Napoli was behind a deadly shooting at a rental cabin Saturday night. His ex-wife, Kimberly Napoli, was injured, and James Boergers Junior was killed. Officers from agencies all over the area were looking for Michael Napoli and his white van.
Mike, I knew, drove a white Chrysler minivan. God, I hope they're not looking for him.
Authorities found him and the van at the Outgoing motel in Jeffersonville after a tip from a housekeeper. Tactical officers from the Fayette County Sheriff's Office surrounded the place and spoke to him several times overnight. Napoli even called 911.
Yeah, hi. Tell that negotiator to go on and call room 231, please. Call 231? Thank you.
Authorities say they eventually busted into Napoli's room and found he had shot himself in the head. He survived. Meanwhile, back on Rangoon Drive, neighbors hope Napoli gets the help he needs.
Whatever he's got troubling him gets worked out.
The suspect's ex-wife is recovering in a hospital. Napoli is in critical condition and is facing charges of aggravated murder, attempted aggravated murder, and burglary. Now, the two have had conflict in the past. I'll tell you about it coming up at 6. We're live from Westerville. James Jackson, ABC 6 News.
Here are details tonight about a man suspected in a deadly shooting in Hocking County over the weekend. His neighbors in Westerville are speaking out. ABC 6 reporter James Jackson joins us now from Rangoon Drive. James, what are they saying?
Well, Bob, neighbors here tell me they're startled to hear Michael Napoli is suspected of murder. They tell me he's lived in this home for years and was a good neighbor. Napoli was wanted for a deadly shooting at a Hocking Hills rental cabin Saturday night. Investigators say he injured his ex-wife, Kimberly Napoli, and killed the man she was with, James Boergers Junior. According to the Franklin County Common Pleas Domestic Division, Kimberly filed a restraining order on Napoli 2 years ago, but it was dismissed. Authorities found the suspect at the Outgoing motel in Jeffersonville after a housekeeper saw his van. Neighbors tell me they knew something was going on when they saw law enforcement officials at Napoli's house.
There's been a lot of police activity, and Mike, I knew, drove a white Chrysler minivan. God, I hope they're not looking for him.
Fayette Sheriff's deputies eventually busted into Napoli's motel room. They say they found he had shot himself in the head this morning. He did survive. Now, right now, he's in critical condition and is facing charges of aggravated murder, attempted aggravated murder, and burglary. We're told his ex-wife is recovering at the hospital. We're live from Westerville. James Jackson, ABC 6 News.